the extra money that I get because of this position, I would rather not have it and go back to my old life. I would rather not have the extra money and not have the responsibilities so that I could just have a simple work day and relax in my off time. Now I feel like I'm working all the time. It's not worth it. I'm in over my head. Often we learn idioms in isolation. But one thing we can do is learn them around a specific situation. We can kind of cluster them, and that can allow us to make little links between them that makes them easier to remember. You want to connect everything you learn to your life or some memorable thing, a situation, an idea. That helps it stick in your memory so that it's easier to use. So we're going to be looking at the following situation. Somebody has thought about getting a promotion. Maybe they get an offer of a promotion, right? Or maybe they go for a promotion. They try to get a promotion at work, okay? They're going through the process of trying to decide whether or not this is a good idea. Then ultimately, they decide to take the promotion or get the promotion, or maybe they try and then it is approved, right? They get a promotion. Now they have more responsibilities, let's say from one position to a managerial position. Then they realize that it was not the right decision because even though there was more money involved, the pay is higher, the responsibilities make it a headache, make it difficult, okay? So this is the situation. Someone who is first not sure what to do, right? Then someone who's starting to realize, right, having doubt about whether it was the right idea. Then finally someone saying, yeah, definitely was the wrong thing, definitely was a bad decision. I regret it, at least right now, okay? So that's the situation. Now let's get into the first idiom, and we're going to do it with examples associated with this situation. Okay, so the first one is on the fence. Now, you may have heard this before, but if you think about being on a fence, essentially you have to balance, right? And if you're balanced on a fence and somebody shakes the fence or the wind blows, you might be pushed over to one side or another. Well, how could this be connected to this situation? Well, we can imagine that each side is one of the decisions. If you fall off to the right, whether on purpose or by accident, then that's decision A, let's say the decision to take the promotion. If you fall off to the left, that's decision B, the decision to remain in your current position and just keep on going, okay? So when you're on the defense, when you're on the fence, defense is different. When you're on the fence, you are not decided, you're not sure what you want to do. Perhaps you can't make up your mind. There are pros and cons for both. If I take the position, then that means there will be more responsibilities, but also I get paid more. But if I don't, then my life will be kind of very well balanced. I feel pretty good. I'm comfortable now, but I don't have as much money. Okay, so I'm trying to decide here. I'm on the fence. So an example, I'm on the fence about whether to accept the promotion. And we could say whether to accept the promotion or not, but often we just remove that or not part and just say whether. I'm on the fence about whether to accept the promotion. Yes, it means more money, but also more responsibilities, okay? So often we'll say I'm on the fence about. About is often behind on the fence. About whether is also very common. So having whether there and then perhaps stating the two, or saying whether and then stating one of the options, and then because usually the option that is, if one option is continuing doing what I've been doing, then you'll state the option that is not to continue what I've been doing. If you want to only say one of the options, because you use the word whether, then it implies that there are two choices, right? So I'm on the fence about whether to accept the promotion. Now, what if both things are different, right? What if one thing is take a promotion, and the other is get a job in a different company. Okay, if those are the two options, then neither of those two things are what I'm currently doing, which is working in my current position. There, it might be a good idea to say both after whether, right? So if one of the two, again, if one of the two is just doing what I'm doing, then I might not need to say it. I'm on the fence about whether I should take the promotion or completely change jobs and work at a different company. I'm on the fence about whether I should do this or that, right? So that's generally how this is used, and it's pretty straightforward. And again, about is very common after it. Okay, so that's the indecision. That's wavering. Which one should I do? This one or that one? Then you make the choice, okay? So you go through with it, you accept the promotion, you've got it, and you've started, okay? After a week, okay, things are getting a little intense. It went from 40 hours a week to 50 hours a week in the first week. And you can see that it might be 60 hours a week. You're having to put in extra hours. There's a lot more stress around managing people and reporting things to senior management, for example. You're not used to this, and you're starting to feel a little bit stressed. Okay, so there we might say having second thoughts. That doesn't mean that I had one thought and have another. We're not that simple as human creatures. But having second thoughts means that I haven't completely gone against what I decided, but I'm beginning to question or have some doubts about whether what I decided is the right decision or was the right decision, right? Now, we probably won't use this for very minor things. Like you go to a place to buy ice cream and it's mint chocolate chip or it's Moose Tracks. Rocky Road. Let's say Rocky Road. Mint chocolate chip or Rocky Road. I'll take the Rocky Road. It's famous here. I try it after 10 minutes. I'm starting to have second thoughts about the Rocky Road. Now, I suppose if ice cream is very important to you, then you could say that you're having second thoughts about the flavor of ice cream that you chose. But it just sounds a little weird to me. It's ice cream choices, usually something that ordinary, something that common, something so simple in life. We wouldn't use this for. Usually having second thoughts is for more serious life decisions, right? We're starting to question a major decision that we made. Again, it's not wrong to say that for things like ice cream flavors, but I would say more often we would use it for those sort of major decisions. So for this one, we could say, in this, remember our situation, the promotion, I've been having second thoughts, and again, following about, or rather about is following second thoughts. I've been having second thoughts about accepting the position. Now, not about accepting whether to accept the position. I've already accepted it. So in this case, the decision has been made, right? I'm already on the other end of it. I'm eating the Moose Tracks. And there, for the Moose Tracks one, or no, I said Rocky Road. I'm eating the Rocky Road. I wish I had gotten mint chocolate chip. That's my favorite ice cream flavor, just so you know. I wish I had got that. But that's such a small thing. I'm starting to have second thoughts about accepting the promotion. I'm starting to have second thoughts about that, about the thing that you did, okay? Not about the whether to decide, but about the thing, okay? Things were a lot simpler in my old positions. Now I'm pining for the days of 40 hours a week and just sort of doing my work and then hanging out with friends after work. I wish I could go back to those days. Maybe this person will decide to do that, but the point here is we're transitioning from what should I do to, I've decided. Yeah, I got a promotion. Great, more money. And then, wait a second. This is not so fun. Starting to doubt this, okay? So that's the second stage, leading up to what we could call a bad decision. Then we go to the third stage. And in the third stage, we feel like We're underwater drowning, and we have no way out, and it's terrible. Maybe it's not fun. It's scary. I can't quite handle it. How do you describe that feeling, right? You did something that you thought you could do, and then you realize you can't do it. This could be financial, right? Maybe you thought you could afford something, but actually you can't. This could be about a job. I mean, you're so busy, you're working 70 hours a week. This could be, having kids. I don't know. You thought it would be a good idea to have 12 kids. No, wait, let me take that example back. I don't like that example because you would probably know for the kids one if you had, how would you have 12 that fast? Okay. But let's go with let's just stick with the work example. How does it feel when you're overwhelmed? How does it feel when there's too much to do? When the responsibilities are too heavy on your shoulders? How does it feel when you feel like you can't escape, right? It feels like you're underwater, the water is here, and you can't breathe. Okay, so we say, I am in over my head. Anytime you get into this kind of situation where you can no longer handle it, where you feel like there's no escape, you can say, I'm in over my head. And if you want an image to remember it, you go into a swimming pool, perhaps with weights on your ankles for some reason. You're at the bottom and the water is here, right? And you feel like you're about to drown because the water is above your head. It's not here at shoulder length. It's not at neck length. It's over your head. So you're in the swimming pool. You're in over your head. That's the image that maybe will help you remember the idea. Okay, so Mr. Promotion, Mr. or Mrs. Promotion, or Miss Promotion, or Guy Promotion, or whatever, Tom or Sally or Tim or Mary Promotion. I'm totally in over my head with this management role. Totally in over my head. I have to work 70 hours a week just to keep up. To keep up means if I don't work 70 hours, I will fall behind and I will have even more responsibilities and I could be fired if I don't keep up. It's not worth it. That means the extra money that I get because of this position, I would rather not have it and go back to my old life. I would rather not have the extra money and not have the responsibilities so that I could just have a simple work day and relax in my off time. Now I feel like I'm working all the time. It's not worth it. I'm in over my head. And again, this can be used for all sorts of things, but often to talk about decisions that we make, and then soon we find ourselves in trouble and we feel overwhelmed and afraid, right? Now, this does not mean that this person won't figure it out after a few more weeks and really get the hang of management and things could improve. Doesn't mean forever it's a bad decision. It just means the feeling I have right now is that this is a bad decision. I have made a bad decision. Hey, maybe you check in on this person in 2 months. How do you feel about it? Great. I figured it out. I got a lot of help from my colleagues. I feel more confident about how to manage people. I simplified my processes. I changed my mindset. I'm back down to 50 hours a week. It's a little extra work, but it's not too bad. I'm drowning, so I'm in over my head. So I'm not talking about the reality of whether or not it's a bad decision. We're talking about how it feels once you have made the decision after a little while at some point, okay? So we've talked about how to express the feeling of indecision when you're wavering about the decision with on the fence. We've talked about how to express slight doubts about the decision, maybe very early on, having second thoughts. And we've talked about now how to express the feeling of being overwhelmed, in over my head. What I would like you to do is do the same thing. I want you to choose a situation. I want you to describe the situation, and then I want you to use these 3 idioms in the same sequence. First one, on the fence. Second one, having second thoughts. Third one, in over my head. But I don't want you to use my situation. Choose your own, make it your own. Practice this. To really know how to use this, you have to practice it, make your own examples, That will allow you to get an intuition for how to use idioms naturally, right? You have to make your own examples. That way, when you're walking around having conversations, you can use it automatically. And that is critical, essential. You can pop those in the comments if you want. Or if you want to put those in and you want me to see them and maybe check them for you, you can put those in the challenge submission channel in the Discord. You can join the Discord community. It's an English learning community. You can join that for free. That's in the links in the description. Also, if you want to learn more idioms, feel free to check out my 4 courses on the topic. Idioms, you can sign up for a monthly or yearly membership to get access to all of those and my other courses. And of course, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.